Welcome to a new Voltlog. It's November and that means the biggest shopping event happening in Asia is coming up. I'm talking about the 11th of November. There are some numbers published for last year's event and it seems they registered more than 30 billion in 24 hours in sales. Yes, you heard right, that's billions. So it's a very big event with nice discounts and opportunities for makers like us to get some new gear. That's why I prepared this video, which will be published 1 or 2 days before the event, so you can get some ideas of stuff that you could purchase. I assembled a list and these are the products that I've tested and used myself, which I think are good value for money and a nice addition to any hobbyist lab. So let's start with the Xiaomi Wiha screwdriver set. I love this small compact set, it's good quality, it has a nice selection of bits inside. It's mostly for small sized screws, the ones that you would find on a typical modern electronic equipment. The plastic tray is magnetic, so the bits won't fall from the tray, and the screwdriver has this really nice quality finish. I have owned this set for a while now and I have also offered it as a gift to close friends. So this could also be a list of gift ideas because December is coming up, and if you live in a country where delivery is low from China like I do, you would better get your orders placed now for any chance of delivery before Christmas. Below this video in the description you will find links to all of the items shown here, so check them out. They are affiliate links and buying anything after clicking those links will help support this channel. Number 2 on my list is a soldering iron, and here I can recommend 3 options, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. Now if you're mainly doing bench work, then I would recommend the KSGER T12 soldering station. It's my favorite soldering station, the one I use daily. Great functionality and you can get a variety of different tips for very little money. You can check out the review of this soldering station in Voltlog 232, which I will link on screen right now. But if you're only soldering occasionally or doing work remotely away from the bench, then it's probably if you get one of the portable soldering irons, and you have 2 options here. The TS100 which is cheaper, or the TS80 which is more expensive but comes with USB Type-C input, so you could power it from a power bank. I have both of these and I can't really choose between them. It really depends on your setup because both of these can do the soldering just as nice, but keep in mind the TS100 is less expensive, and also the replacement tips are less expensive for the TS100. A hot air station is somewhat optional and possibly needed only by those who do repairs. I wouldn't recommend someone who is just starting with electronics to get a hot air station from the start, because it is a more expensive piece of gear and it would probably sit unused for most of the time. But if you know you need a hot air station, then I highly recommend the Best 863. It's great value for money. I reviewed this hot air station in Voltlog 256. You can check out that video. I've been really happy with this station and you could probably snatch one up on the 11th with a great discount. If you're going to be soldering, you'll probably need a silicone mat to avoid damaging the surface you are working on. These are fairly inexpensive and they come in different sizes and with different features like pockets for organizing screws and small components. I use this gray ESD mat on my bench. These are usually more expensive, but for the average hobbyist a silicone mat will suffice, especially if you don't have a permanent setup like I do here. You can't do electronics without a multimeter, but it doesn't necessarily need to be an expensive one. The Aneng 8008 and 8009 multimeters are still a good choice. They have good accuracy, good functionality for a very good price. You can check out Voltlog 114 where I did a review of the Aneng 8008 and I called it probably the best $25 multimeter that you can buy. Prices are lower now, probably around $20 or even less on the 11th, so you can get one for a great discount. Check out the links in the description below. I recently reviewed the new Gopher NPS-1601 bench power supply in Voltlog 255. This was a good power supply before when it was named CPS3205, but now with the upgraded model it's even better power supply. In fact, I've said in the review, I don't think you can get a better power supply for the same amount of money. Forget about Ruideng power supply modules, they don't come anywhere near the performance of this Gopher power supply. Getting one of these for electronics bench is a great idea. It will allow you to power a variety of circuits and will work reliably for years. Check out the links in the description below, there should be some nice discounts on the 11th. If you're tinkering with electronics or just tinkering in general, you probably have a growing collection of parts and modules that need storage and labeling for easier identification at a later time. Grab yourself a label printer and start labeling parts and modules. I always try to put in stuff like the part number, the input and output specs, so that when I'm searching for something at a later date, I can get all the info I need from a quick glance at the label. It's best to get a label printer from a somewhat local online shop like Amazon or eBay, and then shop for replacement cassette tapes on AliExpress because they are much cheaper. I've even done a video where I successfully tricked this cheap Brother label printer to work with heat shrink tubing, even though the manufacturer would prefer you to buy the more expensive model to be able to do that. And let's not forget that you can also get the more expensive equipment with even bigger discounts on the 11th. If you're thinking about getting a 3D printer, now it's the best time to get one. This is pretty much what I would recommend keeping in your wish list and checking the prices on the 11th, but I'm sure you also have your own stuff in your wish list. If you have the budget and you see a nice discount, it might be worth ordering now and receiving the item before Christmas. I will probably be getting some stuff for myself as well, maybe some new tools or electronic modules that I have saved in my wish list, but you'll be hearing about those in future mailbag videos after they've been delivered. I would really appreciate your feedback in the comment section. Let me know if you already own the stuff shown in this video, if it's been useful or not, or if you have added something else on your wish list to shop on the 11th. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time with a new video.